Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to go over our daily technical analysis for uranium. We're going to go over the Sprott Physical Trust. We're going to go through ETF, Uranium, and then the individual companies. What we're looking for is strong closes, and we're looking for potential downtrend breaks, and then eventually we're going to have to start breaking out of these patterns to the upside. So that's kind of the process that we have to go through before I would become an ultra bull, saying that we're going to see some huge move. And we could be at the beginning of a very large move, but I got to see it and progress forward. So let's go through it. I'll give you my financial opinion here. Please don't use it as advice, but let's go through the charts and I'll try to describe what I'm seeing. So big long-term picture view. We've got. I'm gonna do something here. I'm just gonna draw these in a little bit better here so you guys can see this a little bit easier. So we've got this pattern, the big downtrend line there, and then what we have is basically kind of a line coming up through here. We broke this guy. This is a 1-year daily candlestick. We've been coming back and forth here. We broke to the downside and we've been contained by this upper downtrend line. We recently went into a descending wedge, broke to the upside, and now we're attacking this upper trend of resistance. If we get above this upper trend line, I'm going to give you a thumbs up because this thing's going to get some rocket fuel in it. I do think we're lining up to do that. We do have good momentum going right at that downtrend line. So if I zoom in a little bit more, you can kind of see what we're doing here. What we need to do is break this upper trend line, that downtrend line here. That is important because if we don't have the cojones or the juice or the boost or the testosterone or whatever the heck you want to call it to get through this, we could turn and then head back lower. So tomorrow is a very important day and the rest of the week because we want to close above 1175 on SRUUF. That's what we want to do. And if we close above it, and we keep the momentum going, I think it's going to look really good if the energy sector can keep pulling through here. URNM, we're breaking the downtrend line. Very, very nice. And if you look on the 30-minute chart, we put in a bullish engulfing at the end of the day here. Looking fantastic for the momentum to potentially continue tomorrow. So this is looking really good. I would be a little sprinkler in here for sure. I was sprinkling down here. I would be sprinkling in here. It is Sprinkle Fest. And looking at this, we've got on a weekly candlestick, a nice, good bullish hammer pattern on the weekly candlestick. On the daily candlestick, you could see that we launched higher above the trend line, breaking through it and ending pretty strong. All positive for the uranium sector. Looking at Bannerman, we're going into some of the individual companies. I'm going to get in here. We're still at this downtrend line. Let's get way into it. We're right at the downtrend line, about to break on Bannerman. That's probably why we didn't see a huge break yet, because we're still at this resistance downtrend line. If we get momentum tomorrow, you're probably going to see a big breakout move if we get that momentum continuation. Some of these companies, I think, are going to have some big breaks when they break their downtrend lines. Hopefully they happen on volume as well. Goviax has been moving quite well. Big reversal day yesterday, and it just shot higher today. And we're kind of at this point here at 31.315 cents. We got to break out of this area, and I think we're going to start moving quite dramatically. If I were to draw a trend line in here, what I'm looking at is this kind of trend in here. You know, you could draw it anywhere in this area, but I'd say about there is another downtrend that we broke. So that's looking good for Goviax. Global Atomic on the short term, nice big bullish engulfing at the beginning of the day. We did sell off throughout the day. It's still a bullish formation. When you see candlesticks like this is 30-minute candlesticks. This was the reversal here. You could see the wick at the bottom. So if you guys are day trading, and I don't day trade, guys, I just use this to buy into positions. I'm a long-term investor. It's sold off, and here's our reversal day right there. Reversal, bam. We're coming on up. And notice on this side of the chart over here versus this side of the chart, large down days, small up days coming down. Right here, we changed the tune or the pace. Big up days, small pullback. Big up days, small pullback. We're in a buyer-controlled environment right now, which is fantastic. So I do think this is going to try to move on higher. It looks like we're trying to make our way on up, which is good for Global Atomic. Thesis looks like it's breaking through its downtrend. Big picture view, yeah, we get this massive pattern. It could be a false breakout to the downside and a slingshot higher. On a weekly candlestick basis, this is a bullish engulfing at the moment. And I think if we finish this week strong, we're putting in a massive bullish engulfing, which is going to be a big move to the upside, I think, or a bottoming pattern, I should say. Zooming in a little bit, we had the reversal candlestick yesterday. It popped higher, so that's good. Zooming in even more, we are in this downtrend line, and we're just riding above it, just above it. So hopefully we can break away from this downtrend sticky resistance area. We haven't broken out of the area yet. I know it seems like we've got some big moves, and we have gotten large moves over the past 2 days. We're still stuck in this little downtrend. If we close strong tomorrow, I think we're gonna, like, if we close above a 73 and close above 73 cents, it's going to be really positive development. Here's Pure Point Uranium. We're right at this support line. We're playing with it a little bit. We're kissing it and grinding up on it, and we just got to break out of here. We're still kind of stuck at this resistance support line. Deep yellow, getting a little bit of life put into it. Looks like well, you could even draw the trend line here. I'd say it's right where it's at. The downtrend line's right where it's at. We're trying to break out of it. If we back out a little bit into a 1 year, you can see this very large, nice bullish engulfing pattern put in today. I do think the momentum's to the upside, and I think we can leave this downtrend in the dust hopefully tomorrow. And if we don't get another large update tomorrow, I'd like to see a very small down day. Very small down day saying that the buyers are in control. Sky Harbor looks like it's turning the corner. Looks really good on the daily candlesticks. Nice good reversal here. We had an update today. Let's hope the momentum can continue. On the 1 month, you can see it breaking out of its downtrend and not really pulling back much. So that's good. That's a positive development. Looks like it's putting in a bottoming process right here. Looks good. Next Gen Energy is also putting in a bottoming process, is what it looks like. Kind of came down and then shot back higher today. On a 1 year, it's the reversal candlestick yesterday, and we popped higher above its support line. So this was resistance. We shot above the resistance, and now it is support, and that's the line that it's above right now. So NXE looks good. Canalaska breaking out of its downtrend here, breaking to the upside. We may pull back a little bit tomorrow, guys. It could be in the cards, but we've broken the downtrend. That's the first step we need to do. Now we have to create a higher low and eventually break 40, probably close above 41 cents for a higher high. And then we're in a new uptrend, which is good on the short term. Base load, getting some buyers today. Shot higher today with the news of their finding. It's a high grade discovery, which is great. Go base load. I can kind of see how this thing. I'd like to do it more like this, something like that, and then another one that came like this, and we broke to the upside here. So that looks good. Fission 3.0, not Fission 1.0 or OG Fission. This is Fission 3.0, Fission Junior. Coming on up. Let's do the one year. Nice big reversal, bullish piercing candlestick yesterday. Momentum continued today, closed very strong. We could see this continue higher if the bulls want to do it. And if we do have a down day, we want it to be a small down day, meaning that the buyers are in control. But everything looks really good here. Lots of buyers, lots of volume. Looks fantastic. Here's Fission OG. The OG Fission, 9.55. We're back above the resistance line, and everything's looking good. But now we just got to keep forging forward. Big old candlestick today, bullish engulfing, looks really good. We just got to break through this resistance line right here now. Lots of resistance to the move. CCJ looking good. Reversal candlestick yesterday coming on up. Let's hope the momentum can continue because, guys, we can come all the way back up and roll back over. It is possible because we did break to the downside of this large pattern. So we need to turn it here. We need to turn the heat up, get this thing moving. Let's zoom in. This is Kazatomprom. I'm just going to throw in kind of a big downtrend line. That's your downtrend line. We have not broken out of the downtrend line yet, but we're coming up to meet it. So that's still in a downtrend. Peninsula Energy, it is barely breaking out of its downtrend, and we could come right back down tomorrow. We got to stay strong. Let's hope we can break through. And Boss Energy's all over the place here. Looks like, oh, nice big update today, 18.5%. Boss has been all over the place. Super volatile. But looking good. Looks like it's breaking above this old resistance line here. Tried dragging it across. There we go. Broke through that. Now we got to stay above it. Lotus Resources breaking its downtrend line. Looking pretty good. Let's zoom in on it. Breaking to the upside. We got to hold up here and keep moving. Me, Roy. No, you, Roy. You, Roy, is jumping to the resistance. It has, quote, joined the resistance line. So Uroy has joined the resistance line. It's right up on it, grinding it like it's never ground before. We got the booty music going on. This one looks a little bit better on this scope, but if you zoom in, it is on the line. It's hitting some resistance. We got to blow through here. And what's good is we've got these nice big buying pressure and small selling pressure at resistance. Now we got to punch through. Punch through this right here. It's got a bullish engulfing pattern on a 30-minute candlestick. It's ready to go tomorrow. We got to punch through, guys. We got to punch through. Looking at Encore Energy, this has been a solid performer. Zooming on out. Yeah, we're grinding on that resistance line. We popped higher today, just above it. We got to hold above it. If we have a down day tomorrow, we want to stay above $1.41. It's close. Come down, kiss it, and then boom. Accelerate higher. $1.40, $1.41. You. Me. Looking at this guy doing a U-shape kind of, I don't know what pattern. You can zoom out. It's coming on up. We're still in this kind of downtrend line here. I wish it was stronger, but we got this down day 3 days ago, and we're coming on up. Sometimes these get hammered lower. What I'm seeing here, zoom in, is this big down day here, and then we're fighting back up within this pattern. Sometimes these can get hammered lower. The good thing is the entire sector is looking very strong, and they're putting in reversal patterns. So this may be negated pretty quick because this is the only one that has this pattern. URG popping above its resistance line. We got resistance line. Hopefully we can hold above it for URG. UEC, it's still playing with its resistance line still. What's going on here, guys? I thought we were supposed to break. But it's still in a downtrend so far, even though we had a 10% update today. If we zoom in, do a 1 month on it, we are still below it. You can see it. And we have not broken out of that resistance line. Hopefully the rest of the sector moves on up and we can claim victory on the breakout of this resistance line tomorrow. Centris Energy coming through here. It's looking good. What's with this big volume at the end of the day of the sell-off here? What's going on with that? It possesses some good characteristics, but it's the buyers and sellers battling it out all in this area here. Will this continue higher? We're going to find out tomorrow. We'll find out tomorrow. LTBR, same as LEU. It's got the same type of pattern. Now this guy here, could we see a move lower tomorrow? We'll find out here. Is this a ascending wedge that's about to break to the downside? Is this just kind of a relief rally? Potentially. We could see another downside move tomorrow in LTBR with this ascending wedge. So look out for it. ISO Energy. This is one I bought down here at the tip at about $3, somewhere in that range. Head and shoulder pattern broke to the downside. Descending wedge. Usually these break to the upside, which we've broken to the upside. It's a short pattern, we've probably hit the target here. Will this turn back down tomorrow? We'll have to find out. And if it does turn back down, we want it to be a soft downward movement before moving on up. We do have a kind of a bearish engulfing. We could turn a little bit lower. Remember, this is on a very short-term basis. And we may do a little bit of a grinding backwards move before moving up. So hopefully it's a small down move tomorrow. Appia Energy throwing in the turbo here on this guy. We broke to the downside. On the daily candlestick, we massively moved up. I think they released some news on a finding. I don't know if it was rare earth elements or uranium. But this guy is moving on up. Looks fantastic. Getting a little bit of sell-off at the end of the day today. But nice, good move today for Appia. Denison Mines, it's very similar to UU. I'd like to see more buying pressure to show me that this thing is being legit. It needs to continue on up. Otherwise, this downtrend, I should say, ascending wedge is still in play, where it could pull back a little bit more if the buyers don't take this serious here, because it could roll here. We'll see. Blue Sky Uranium still trying to find its orientation right now. I don't see any patterns, but it's above support. No, it's below support. Below support right now. Form Energy Metals still struggling a little bit, but whenever you have these large up days, sometimes you get a small down day next to it. That's exactly what we have. It does have a little bit of a selling pressure at the end of the day today, the last 30 minutes, so it may head back lower. And Laramide, looking at Laramide, we've got a lot of downtrend, or I should say a lot of momentum to the downside. We're trying to break this thing back up. Daily candlestick, you can kind of see that we popped up higher here today. I think we're probably going to grind sideways a little bit before moving up. I would say that's kind of in general for all these. We could see a little bit of a down day tomorrow, but if the momentum continues, I'm not going to say anything bad about it. Good day today. I mean, it's a solid day. We need the momentum to continue to break through some of these downtrends. The American crew, I would say, hasn't broken out of its downtrends yet. The African crew is right kind of at its resistance line. Some of the Canadian crew, we'll call it, is looking pretty strong. So they're breaking their downtrends. I think this is the beginning of hopefully a turn in a bottoming pattern to move up. Hopefully that's the case. If not, I'm going to be here. We're going to ride this thing through, and I'm going to continue to cost average in, just like I've been doing. The overall sector on a big picture view looks fantastic. It's well valued. It's moving in the right direction. We're in an uptrend on a medium to long term basis. Just the short term, we're battling here, trying to put a bottom in. If you guys like the content, give me a thumbs up. If you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.